Welcome, Jane.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. I'm glad to, absolutely glad to have you on here. I think you're doing amazing stuff.
Thank
Amazing
you
stuff.
so much.
So many people have ideas and they never ever bring bring it to reality. And you backed yourself and you did. And that's, I absolutely love that about you. Love it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's more you just don't. I just go to work every day and I work hard, but I don't normally speak about myself on a podcast. But it's a new experience for me.
I heard in the intro that how you came to found or co-found with your husband Phil, Friendy, and thanks to the kids. So tell us about this little series of events that made you realize, wait, first, we don't have a splitter. Second, we can actually make them. Like most people just go down to the shop and buy one and that's it, and then complain about it. But why did you take it that step further?
All parents will understand what it's like when you've got one iPad and two children. And they just, especially, sometimes if you do want to go out and want to have a coffee and you want to have some quiet time when the kids are little and they can't sit still, then having a splitter and having one iPad and a couple of headphones is amazing. It's the perfect thing. I guess we did go out and buy a splitter and it was just not good. Like it was very expensive. It was very unattractive. And they were not the right length. It was not easy to be able to connect headphones to them. And I guess we just thought, gosh, there's this thing that's pretty cool. It can really help connect children and it can help, you can use them in business and all kinds of things. And it's kind of underutilized and it's kind of underloved and it's not pretty. So we were not feeling like we were reinventing the wheel. We just wanted to make something more beautiful that was already functional and was already there. And we thought, why not give it a go? That's the kind of the short answer, but the long answer is it's not our first rodeo. Like we've tried other things before because particularly my husband is a real entrepreneur. He's got that spirit and he's always wanted to have things going on the side. We've made phone cases before and we've had lots of websites. And I guess we've funneled our creativity outside of work into additional things. So we kind of had that confidence already that, we could give this a go. No one else is really doing it.
Yeah.
And created these really pretty splitters that allowed kids to be able to share music on the bus and that they'd feel, happy showing their friends. They were really cute. They had little personalities in all beautiful colors. And they went really well and they just took off. And then we had the places we were selling them through saying to us, what else do you have? And I think the key is to give something a good go, give it a good crack, put a lot of effort into it, but don't be afraid that if it's not working or you need to tweak it or you need to change it or you have a new idea, you can go off in another direction and that's okay, but give it a really good go.
And you were a secondary teacher. Were you still a secondary teacher while you were, while your husband was creating all these other endeavors and you sort of just sitting there, keeping that income coming in steady, hoping that something that he was going to do would really kick off so that you could leave teaching?
No, not at all. No, I mean, I always wanted to be a teacher. I love teaching. It was my dream from a little girl. So it was a big passion of mine and I've always wanted to do it. I've always wanted to help people. I love people. I love learning. And I had really inspirational teachers growing up and, they can honestly change your world and change your life. And I wanted to be able to give that kind of gift. I wasn't planning on leaving teaching. But back in the day when we first kind of started and Phil had his side hustles going on, I was happy just staying in my lane and teaching, which is obviously a very challenging career. And especially when you have a lot of empathy like me and really wanted to connect with kids, it's exhausting. So I didn't have time to worry about what he was doing. I just let him go. But he also worked very high-powered, very busy job in Melbourne. He was a commercial analyst and so he was just doing this stuff on the side for fun. Like it was fun for him. I like to go out for coffee with friends, but he was creating products. So that was his kind of outlet, which was awesome. So for us to take the leap it was massive because we had mortgages to pay. We had 2 kids who would be going into school. We had nappies. We had, we needed cash. We needed, and he had a really secure job, and I could have a secure job when I was ready to go back to it. So to actually take the leap was really difficult. But I think at some point, if you want to have a successful business, you have to. You have to take a risk and you have to try. It was a risk, but we had to prove to everyone and to our kids that we had something that was worth.
But the other thing too is, I think if you abandon all of your other income and you're suddenly faced with, we have to make this work, you actually try a lot harder too. You really kick into it. It's not just kind of like, if I sell a few, it's really, we're going to sell. We've got to get this working. We're going to make it work.
Yeah. It's crunch time. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you today that we actually have a new business that we've created as well. So we're doing double time at the moment. We are pushing Friendy, working really, really hard. We have a whole new business happening as well. So
wow.
Yeah.
You're not gonna share that yet?
If you'd like to hear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have a business with, it's called the Kindness Pack. And we're creating with compostable, biodegradable packaging that is, kind to the earth. It's kind to people. But with a big point of difference in that we're giving 50% of our profits to charity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, which is really exciting because I, like with teaching, I always wanted to give back, and in Friendy, I can give back because I know music makes people happy and it brings joy, and that makes me really, really glad. But to be able to create another business which is really fully about kindness and reaching people and helping causes that are close to our hearts, and we get to, pick the charities we want to give money to, and we'll have input from other people. It's super exciting.
But you do already give back also, to Beyond Blue as well as that. So why Beyond Blue? Is there something special about that to you? Something meaningful?
Well, Beyond Blue is incredible. Like, they are an amazing service. An organisation supports so many people, and I think in COVID, their work would have been quadrupled, and they're a service that's always available. It's always available for everybody. And I just think the work they do is incredible. So that's one reason why we absolutely wanted to give back to Beyond Blue. But yeah, I've absolutely struggled myself with some depression and anxiety after a few years after having kids. Just, it's difficult, the parenting gig, and trying to get it right, and being a bit of a perfectionist, and also my husband, working such long hours and being away. And I had lots of difficulties with my daughter during pregnancy, and huge health stresses with her. She's fine now, but I think that caused kind of a delayed ripple effect. So, that is really important to me, to be able to recognise the services of Beyond Blue. Like, I didn't use it myself, but I knew that I could have.
When you're starting up a business like this and you're sort of launching into it, not only do you have the challenges of the business, but you have challenges of self-doubt. You have all the things that come up, and now you're also talking about having even mental. I'm not saying you had mental health challenges through it, but you'll always know that they're in the background lurking, and they could present at any time. But you have also having to do the challenges of learning all these new things. Where do we find products that they didn't come on time? How do we find someone who's going to be reliable? Who do we work with? All of those challenges. How did you negotiate all of those things? Or was there anything that was really trying?
All the time. It's so difficult. Like, I think it's difficult for anybody in work situations. There's always challenges in life. There's always challenges. Things like COVID pops up and just completely turns life on its head. All the projections we had for the year for the business were completely irrelevant. So we have plenty of challenges. Like, a big example is we had a huge amount of stock coming before Christmas. and timed it perfectly, ready for the Christmas rush, ready for Boxing Day sales, January sales. It arrived in Melbourne. We paid express, beautiful. And it was just sitting at the warehouse in Melbourne. They said, it's here, we just can't find it. And this was, 20, 30 boxes of heaps and heaps and heaps of headphones and like little earbuds inside. So it was a lot of stock. And we missed our sale period. It's a huge economic issue. Wow. And really frustrating when literally they said, yeah, it's definitely here. We just don't exactly know where all of the boxes are. So things like that happen. We have products that we think are going to be amazing and then they just don't kind of hit the mark for some reason. There's all kinds of challenges day to day.
Do you ever get pushed to a point where you say, I give up? This isn't worth it anymore?
No, because we're so proud of what we've achieved. And we have created this business from nothing. We started in our lounge room. Now we have a warehouse. And we started from nothing. Like, I'm really proud. I don't have any reason or desire to give up, but definitely some days are hard. But I guess we have things in place that work for us now. Like, we go to the gym. We each have our own time out. We do lots of exercise. We try to eat well. We see friends a lot. We just try to stay balanced and have time out, which helps, I think, to be able to be refreshed to focus on the business and face the challenge. Sometimes you have a good night's sleep, wake up the next day and you just know you have another idea of something to try.
So I wanted to ask you about your products, right? Because you've got the Sports Lux. Did you call them Sports Lux headphones? Why are they so fantastic? Like, I know they fly off the shelves and people love them, but what's so fantastic about them and why do you love them so much?
I guess headphones are amazing anyway. People do love them. Everyone loves music. Everyone loves, we're also connected to technology, and you need it when you're at the gym. You need it when you're commuting to work. You need it at your desk. So it's something that's like, it's kind of a necessity in life. But I guess we love sport and exercise and the outdoors, and we also love fashion. So for us, we wanted to create products that married all those things together.
So you've also got your audio sunglasses. How does that work? How does the audio, I don't know, I have never seen them. Tell me how.
They are very cool. They have tiny little speakers just in the arms of the sunglasses, but they also, like, our real point of difference is they actually have a bone conducting pad in the sunglasses as well. So they connect to your, I guess, upper cheekbones through into your inner ear and play music.
Wow. And where does the music come from? Is it Bluetooth from your phone or is it?
Yeah, Bluetooth from your phone. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, wow. Your organization is a massive global success. And I absolutely love that. And you just from, I don't mean just, but let's get it, relative here. You're just from a small town, in country town in Gippsland in Australia.
Yeah.
Do you ever think, sit back and with a glass of wine in your hand, sit back at night and think, wow, how did this happen? Or do you see the opposite and think, yeah, bloody hell, we worked our ass off for this.
Yeah, I do. So I sit back and I recognize that I am Jane. I'm from a country town. I've come from, humble beginnings in a way, and out of our window at work, we can see cows walking by and ducks on the lake and all kinds of stuff, which I love. But I do feel a sense of pride in the decisions we've made and the risks we've taken and the work that we have done to kind of get where we are today. So it's a mix of both. I'm sometimes astonished, like what we're doing here and how we got here, but I'm really proud because we have worked insane hours in the past, early mornings, incredibly late nights, kind of 24/7 kind of life for a long time. And to kind of be in a situation now where we have a routine and we're we're successful, and yeah, we've worked hard. So I kind of feel that we are very blessed, but yeah, I feel
No,
proud of what we're
yeah, I love it. And so you also do speakers and other accessories as well. So this is like not just headphones. This is just your headphones, your audio, sunglasses, speakers, accessories. You got the splitters. So it's sort of how do you know when the next product is ready? Like how do you decide? Or we might just add speakers to the list.
I guess it's keeping an eye on what's popular again and what's in fashion, and seeing what kids are carrying around. They're always on top of trends. So you know, working in a high school, even doing emergency teaching every now and then, keep an eye on what they're doing. They'll pull speakers out of their bags and play music on the bus, and they're always got their finger on the pulse. So that's always a useful kind of thing. But I think speakers are always popular and they're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So that's been a good staple of ours, and we're developing new speakers at the moment. We created a charge pad last year to complement our earbuds.
Yep.
So they can charge on the charge pad as well as be plugged into the wall, which is a cool thing. You can also charge your phone on the charge pad. Something you don't lose easily as well, because it usually sits on your bench, which is cool. And I guess noise cancelling headphones have been a huge thing for the last few years, but that's something that we've known and we've been working on for 3 years, and we haven't perfected it yet. So that's hopefully coming in the next few months, like true noise cancelling, but we're still working on it. And we won't bring that out until we're 100% sure, because a lot of products out there, even the noise cancelling isn't quite high enough. I think it's about 20 decibels, and we're trying to make it more than that so that it's really doing its job well. Find one person who's doing something kind of similar, have coffee with them and start up a little group. I think it's just important to connect with people, and you can learn so much. And also, if you're doing a business on your own and it's early days, it's really lonely when you don't have other people around you.
Yeah.
For me, I like people. I like being around people. I found that really difficult to begin with, to be on my own.
Yeah. I think that's a really good point, because I think we sometimes want to keep our little idea to ourselves and become so insular that you're not going to get anywhere. So there are people you can trust, and there are people you can have great conversations with, and most people want to see you succeed. You know,
absolutely.
Most people are not trying to cut you down. You know, they just want to help. But I think Gippsland is, you know, I don't want to make the rest of the world jealous, but I think Gippsland is one hell of an area. You know, we've got.
So do I. I am so passionate about this area and all the people doing some really cool stuff, like so many cool startups and online businesses, but also people in, you know, bricks and mortar shops are thinking outside the box these days, and COVID has forced a lot of that as well. But it's such a vibrant, passionate area to live in and work in and be inspired by. So I absolutely love it.
Yeah, me too. And there's so many great leaders, so many people just giving life a crack, and yeah, I love it.
Doing great things as well. Hey, lots of amazing women leaders.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. I think we're very strong in women's leadership around here. Yeah. And I think and you know what I like about it, and I've mentioned this on another podcast before, is that there's no competition with all the women. You know, that in Gippsland we all get behind each other, and anyone who needs something, we give it. You know,
it feels like that. Yeah.
I think that makes a massive difference. Massive difference.
A bit of that country living, and the, you know, country people always rally together and support each other, and it's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous, and it shouldn't be overlooked. No, I think it's wonderful. I love your interest and your specific interest in the fashion side. You know, that it lights you up when you talk about it. You know, you just get this sparkle about you, and it's such a pride in what you're doing. And I just love that. It's not just a product and we're making money. That's not that. It's I love this product that we're bringing to people, and I love watching you talk about. I love hearing it in your voice. The passion and love is so. It's beautiful. You know, this is what all business owners need to have. You know, this love for what they do. I love it.
I think back yourself and know that no idea starts big straight away. You know, you look at the big companies, look at Nike, look at Microsoft, look at Facebook, look at Apple. They all started in like their dorm rooms or their garages, and look at them now. Like, you can go anywhere with your ideas. You just got to try. So listen to what advice is around you. Take advantage of grants or free Facebook groups, Instagram groups, all that kind of stuff. Chat to people about it. Learn all the time and grow. What we've talked about already, like embracing change and learning from your mistakes and kind of changing your course is like a great thing to do. Like, don't be afraid of it. Don't fear it. Embrace it.
Yeah.
I think be aware of also other people in your space that are doing cool things. Like, it is important to keep an eye on what your competitors are doing. But also, like, if you want to have a business that really blossoms in the social media space, then look at what other influencers are doing that, are doing a great job, like Sophie Keisha or House of White. She's from Gippsland. She's wonderful and she's really killing it in her space. People like Erica McInerney, who's a friend, she's brilliant at what she does. And she has a really solid Facebook and Instagram presence and amazing advice out there. So have a look at what they do and don't copy it, but like learn from it and be critical of it in the way that you can take some of those ideas forward, I guess. And when you start, I guess, celebrate the wins, no matter how small.
Yeah.
You know, you need to pat yourself on the back and be your biggest cheerleader and have a glass of champagne when something really goes well, or take yourself out for coffee, and tell people, you know, celebrate it, because otherwise it just gets lost and you need a pat on the back for what you're doing. And I guess, honestly, I just say just try, like put one foot in front of the other and just don't give up. We are on Facebook, Share with Friendy. You can find us. You can find us on Instagram, Friendy_audio. You can find our website, www.friendy.com.au, and we're in lots of online major retailers like The Iconic, Maya, Amazon, Red Balloon, Kogan.